Jim's
my bad.
salary over 100K.
God damn.
Which is crazy.
Allegedly.
Yep, that's true.
What'd you just say?
Plus. I know.
Oh, his salary. Yeah.
Years ago, he negotiated 100K because he found out that Jamie on Joe Rogan makes $1 million a year.
Oh, fuck.
But it's reasonable because it's like, well, if your boss is making
Allegedly.
That's hilarious.
$100 million a year,
You heard it here.
you can't throw $1 million my way.
I'm going to go to the sink real quick.
Jamie basically in poverty in Austin there.
Yeah, exactly.
$1 million. Interesting.
What the fuck is Mark talking about? Effort? I don't know what that means. Will Sass was watching. What's the guest on it for today?
He called Marin a cook.
Yeah,
And like,
I feel like this is an overused word these days. It's like
Mm-hmm.
people say liberal cuck. It's like
yeah.
I
I've
don't
said
know,
that
Brendan.
I am.
I heard from a girl that you fucked that you like to hear. You got off on her describing. This is from the girl's mouth. He would get during sex. He would say, "Describe the biggest black dicks you've ever had."
Oh, my God.
I was like,
During.
"Blah," like I can't unhear that. Blah, you know, like, this is Schaub's sexual fetish.
Wait, women tell people that?
Huh?
Like the Dalia thing? You know, like they're just finding out. Wait, women say what you tell them to say during sex?
Snapchat has a
Shit!
Yeah.
Hold on, we got to stop the pod. I need to call a
Mark,
few
thoughts
women.
on Slojo being the most superficial person
Can you get
ever?
Rob back on the
She
phone?
is.
Get your lawyer. I need to
we
threaten some lawsuits here.
Technically,
When I said that during sex, I didn't know that you could say it to other people. So,
can you screenshot that?
that's bad, dude.
Fuck, somebody just asked me a question. Oh, what are my thoughts on Slojo? Yeah, she's in person. What I thought was funny about this, her portrayal in the Griot Poppy specifically is that it's predicated on her being a rattlesnake.
Yeah,
and like
goddamn rattlesnake.
hot tempered and this and that. It's like if you meet Joanna, she's incredibly sweet.
Oh, really?
Superficial,
Spicy,
like,
though.
but you know, she's like, well, wannabe Kim Kardashian, right? Like,
Oh, okay.
does Kim Kardashian seem mean and nasty? You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
No.
she's very polite and conscientious and sweet, and like now Schaub will like privately he'll complain about her, like, oh, we get into arguments and this and that. And I'm like, well, yeah, like anybody who doesn't buy into your like stupid worldview, you're gonna have arguments with. So
Sure.
like,
I would imagine that she's more, like not accurately portrayed by Schaub, for sure. There's no way he's like describing her accurately.
No.
Crop out the ugly.
No, yeah, I know
make
for a
any
fact he's
sense.
not. She's a real rat. He told me how, like, because there's a joke in Gringo Poppy where he goes, crop out the uglies and send back, and then the reveal is, we're in a group chat, dumbass. And he's saying that to his wife.
Yeah.
And I go, did she really say that? And he goes, no, that was me. I was like,
Oh, yeah. You told us this before.
Oh, it was the
There's always
opposite.
there's always a swapping going on, right? There's always a projection or a like reversing of the victim and the offender.
I'm fast. Or sorry,
Let's call it what it is.
Darvo.
40 chess.
Oh yeah, he's playing 40 chess with his
40
mirror.
chess,
Yeah.
yeah.
Callen get paid for being on the.
My understanding from Brendan, which again, take with a grain of salt, but also it sounds about reasonable, is that because Brendan takes a fluctuating percentage based on like T-Fat being around at the Thick Boy Studios and kind of taking care of the ads and stuff like that. Callen shows up, does his job, and gets 25K.
Yeah.
That's my understanding.
25K a month.
Yes.
See, none of this makes sense.
Nor does it me. I go, how do you have a podcast of $40,000 where the split is, it's like $1 per listener? You know, I don't know. Like,
I don't know how they get that much money. I mean, Harold must pay Bryan that money straight out of the bank account from the Emerald.
yeah, and it could be exaggerated from Brendan. I don't know.
Brendan Walsh, I just want to let you know, somebody has posted Jersey the Real.
I own a portion of the business, and it's like paying some sort of dividends each month, and everything's going great. And then slowly that starts to dwindle down to the point where I'm going like, what's going on here? And I'm condensing this, but it's like the accusation that Schaub was making is I'm being fraudulently, like, kind of my stock in the company's being diluted or something like that, or I'm being like, what I should be getting is being artificially deflated, and I have to bring someone in and do like accounting, you know, like and audit their numbers because I'm supposed to be getting, it's like big check, big check, big check, and then it gets smaller and smaller and smaller, but like the company's growing. Like he was like, there's some sort of inconsistency where my paycheck is suspiciously getting smaller for no reason.
Fuck.
then the lawsuit says this, which fills you in. You're like, that's weird. Like, that's crazy. And then you like, so he has to take legal action against this guy. But, but in this story, he's the innocent victim of being swindled out of like a business deal. You know what I mean? He was unfairly treated by a guy who like,
Magic bean salesman.
Yeah. He's like, this guy came in and just fucked me over, and I'm like, I got to sue him. But then you read the lawsuit, and it's like, I can corroborate what he did here because I've seen him do this same thing elsewhere, which is
Every
one
night.
way you're getting paid is a flat fee to do social media posts, right? We're
In
gonna pay
rain
you,
bottles, Sure.
whatever the total was something like
Sure
$300,000
shot.
or $400,000 over the course of the relationship.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, we'll pay you $10K a month, but you have to do 2 Instagram feed posts and 8 stories or something. You have these like deliverables,
Requirements,
right?
Yeah, we
that
call
are
that a
super
Black
basic.
Rifle Buffalo.
But it's like you have to do it.
Yeah.
He did nothing.
Yeah.
He didn't post once, right? So it's like not just like, oh, we missed one here or there. He was doing nothing. Maybe talked about his podcast, something like in his mind he justified it, but he was paid hundreds of thousands of dollars and just wasn't doing it. Like they look back at whatever time frame, they're like, hey, so it turns out you posted no posts and no stories. We
What
have
city
to
did
stop
Bob forget
paying you
baddies?
for that, or like we have to dissolve your ownership. So, and then the ownership of the company would be another source of revenue if it pays dividends. And then also like using a code, like use code Schaub, so you're getting the percentages of the sales using the code.
Yeah.
So 3 streams of income. Well, if you're not posting like the code, if you're not promoting it, if you're not hitting the post, your pay is going to get docked. If you're not getting commissions, your pay is going to get docked. And then the ownership stake, I think, was negotiated because they were like, well, instead of us suing you for the $300,000 that we gave you to do nothing, how about you just like give us back the 10% in the company?
Yeah.
And that's where the point of contention is whether or not he had the 10% ownership in the company, which he claimed to have in some sort of legal document that does or does not exist. This is the whole lawsuit revolves around that. But it's alleged that he took $100,000 after dissolving his ownership stake to pretend that he still had the owner, or claim legally that he still had the ownership stake, took $100K cash from these KGB guys in order to oust the CEO like in a hostile takeover. Because it's like it would be like, these guys own 45%, add Schaub's 10%, now you have a majority stake and they can oust you. That's like, so I go, that's great. The opposite of what you told me. Which one's true? Gee, wonder who's telling the truth.
Okay, so Chin makes $100,000 a year, and Bryan Callen is making $25,000 a month. That's even more than I thought. I thought he was only making $20,000 a month, but $25,000 a month. At this point, Schaub is just paying people to be his friend. I mean, there's no way, shape, or form he's making anywhere near the amount of money to pay those guys now. Now, that podcast in the past was successful. And Schaub, like Mark Harley has said all throughout this live stream, it was the 10 minutes of Schaub live stream on Brandon Cooney's channel, that Schaub did make money doing stand-up. But all those revenue streams are like gone now. Even the podcast one is dead. So now he's either just dipping into his savings or his dad's money to pay off these guys to artificially keep this thing going, even though it's like dead. And then I like how Mark talked about the lawsuit. The lawsuit, of course, Schaub is in the wrong for that. But I mean, Chin making $100,000 a year, pretty nice. And Callen, $25,000 a month. Damn. Well, Callen's got that alimony to pay, I guess. Although Callen's dad's got CFR money, so I don't know why they can't just use that. But Bop is paying these guys that much money, and they still hate him. Chin still hates him. Callen still hates him, and he's paying them a ton of dough But let me know your thoughts in the comments.